Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of A Few Short Minutes, the pod. I am your host, Stacey Short, transformational life coach, and I want to help you remember that it only takes a few short minutes a day to physically rewire your brain for a better life. And you guys, I've got my fantastic friend Brandon here with me, and he's going to talk about more of how he helps women entrepreneurs rewire their brain. And so let me read you a little bit about Brandon. Brandon is a seasoned mind wellness coach whose transformative journey began after the 2008 financial crisis. When his financial company collapsed, he experienced a deep depression that lasted for many years as he searched for his sense of purpose. Under the guidance of a mindset coach and Zen master, he discovered the powerful connection between thoughts, emotions, and reality, an insight that fundamentally reshaped his life. Yes. In 2012, Brandon founded a nonprofit organization aimed at uplifting underprivileged youth, I can say that, and their families. He dedicated 8 years to empowering children and parents to enhance their mental wellness, emotional resilience, and confidence. In 2019, he experienced the downfall of shutting down that nonprofit due to the pandemic. In 2021, since then, through BEU, Mind Wellness Coaching, he has combined mindfulness coaching with NLP to share tools and coaching for supporting women entrepreneurs, 35 to 55, to build better relationships with themselves in overcoming their fears of failure and negative emotions. His focus is on transforming negative emotions into a joyful and fulfilling life. Brandon, thank you so much for giving me your time and energy today. You introduce yourself. What do people need to know about you?
Well, I'm very simple. So nothing much you need to know about me, and everything he has said is just everything is there. Many times I think there say, what is I have that will qualify me to help many people out there? And I look at where I come from, the journey that I come from, go through. I know went through many of emotional roller coaster and failures of my business, and in fact, my finance business is not the only one. There are many more before that as well.
Oh,
Um, but because of those failures, had allowed me to re-understand how we can be more resilient into our emotions. Um, what I discovered is that for you to be happy, for you to be successful achieving your goal, is you have to feel good. If you don't feel good, you cannot achieve. If you feel bad, you have negative thoughts, and your result will be negative. So I discovered that I've been through life with so many negative emotions because of my thoughts of how I was, not where I'm at. And because of those um, reflections allow me to realize that, hey, it's not about where you were, it's not about your failure, but your failure is it's not failure. Your failure is really is experience for you to understand where you at and where you need to move forward and how you can reframe the mindset. And I have clients coming to me. They the emotion is pretty much down the drain and they just don't know where to start. They don't know where to pick themselves up. In fact, just have a talk with a client yesterday as well. She's an investor into real estate and um, many things going on through her life, her father's and what had happened to her in the past. She blaming herself and she had this self-worth negative talk about herself and she not know where it's coming from. But clients like that, when they come to me, and when they walk away from me, is they will understand that, hey, it's my thinking, it is my mindset, it is my thoughts that put me into where I am. It is not to blame for my past, it's not to blame my father, it's not to blame on my Beyonce. It is me that give myself that image. So when they walk away from my session, they will understand and I would say they will master the mindset. It doesn't matter where you at, doesn't matter where you're coming from, or the limited belief that they have. They once they understand how the mind works, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, like
Yeah.
it's overcome all those stuff.
I think that was an oh shit moment for me when I figured out that I had been doing it to myself. You know what I mean? Like that my thoughts had been doing it to myself. It was like, oh shit. Oh, oh shit. Oh, shit. Like it was very much a multiple oh shit moment having that and running through. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I've been creating my reality through these thoughts. Yikes.
Hmm.
But also, hey, I've been creating reality through these thoughts. So that means I've got control over my reality and these thoughts. And then also of like, oh my gosh, I've been recreating the suffering and the drama.
That's right.
Like, why? So it was
Hmm.
definitely a bunch of oh shits and different varying, tonalities. And when I had that epiphany, what do you think? Why do you think, you've got an interesting demographic. You are not a woman entrepreneur, 35 to 55, but that's your target market. And what do you think women miss the most? What do you think we overlook?
It is funny that when I have that niche in the women's, and there's a lot of thoughts. I do have a lot of women's friends asking me, "Why women's? Why not man? You're a man. What women's?"
Yeah.
And then one thing is that from the man viewpoint, um, man, we do have limited belief. We do have all those that's stress through life. Um, but one thing is that for women, um, can take it more in to themselves, and is that I've been all my life I hang around. I've been surrounded by women. I've been surrounded by women. I'm talking women meaning the successful women that always there. My friends also successful, and 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 what I see is that women have more low self-esteem than men. More low esteem. It's not necessary that they're not capable, not because they are not better than men. It's they have that thought, that thinking of the condition where they raised when they were a kid. Is that man is always better than woman. Man can do more things than women. Men have high positions in the careers. Men achieve even. So those thoughts have given that image of reality that even though I'm capable of doing what men could do, but I don't have the self-esteem. I don't have the confidence to do so because of my past or because of this. And they're more attachment to the emotion as well. And I believe that if women could understand that there are no differences between them and men. In fact, they're even more powerful than men because they can really manage the emotion better than men. Men, we have the emotions and we're not aware of the emotions, but yet at the same time we act on the emotion. But if a woman's is more understand their emotion, their mindset, they manage it even much better than men, and they'll be much more powerful as well. I'm not speaking this way because I put women up there and because I'm a coaching woman. It's just that the mindset of women is they are very powerful, but it's just that lack of that confidence, of believing that I am not as good. The self-worth is being attached to that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Because we have been conditioned, and the conditioning that happens with us as well is that we're to caretake everybody around us and put ourselves last, that we can't even think about ourselves first. That's very much drilled into the women's experience and in the upbringing. And so we don't think of putting ourselves first. We don't think of taking care of ourselves first. It's who else
Mm-hmm.
can I serve around me first? And then I'll worry about myself later, but there's that never happens. The later never comes. We just keep putting ourselves in the back, in the back, in the back, until it's too late and our life blows up in one way, shape, or form. Um,
Absolutely.
you know, whether it's divorce, burnout, physical
Mm-hmm.
illness, mental illness. I mean, we go down in flames. Um, what is something that you teach all of your women?
I'm very simple. The only thing I educate in women, again, is just to understand your mind. Whatever negative emotion you have, whatever you may hear from someone else, you may read about certain things, or um, just I want to let them know is that don't believe what you hear, don't believe what you read, don't believe what you see, because you are not what people think you are. And sometimes you are not who you think you are either. Absolutely not. But the
Yeah.
thing is that we create a lot of stories and movies in our head because we hear about this, we read about this, and someone told us about that. So we create a movie in our head. We become our editor, we become our director, and we become our audience, and we become our sound effect as well, and create all those emotions, sound effect, and make us feel that is so real. But the fact is that all those illusions are not real. And the emotions that you have are not real because your emotions is coming from where? It's all coming from your thoughts and coming from overthinking and coming from afraid of what people think of you or coming from, oh my God, oh shit, I failed. I don't want to do this again because I can't do it again because someone think I'm a failure.
Mm,
So those things that create a story over time, you believe into that story
yeah.
until someone say, hey, those stories are not real. Your emotions are not real.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest ahas has been for me in coaching is Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul. Have you read The Untethered Soul previously?
No, I heard of it. I have not read. I have not read.
So I highly recommend. He is Christian based, so it is based in the Christian religion. However, it's not overly Christian. So if you're somebody that doesn't identify as that, there is still deep, deep value in that book. So The Untethered Soul. And and I'm totally spoiling it here, you guys, but go read it anyway. Um, the aha moment in that book that came for me was you are not your thoughts. You
Hmm.
are the watcher of your thoughts. So explain that in your own terms. How would you explain that to one of your clients?
See, our thoughts create this. I'll put it this way. A lot of people are afraid of the emotion because of the thoughts we have. And they are not aware and building the relationships that our emotion is a sensor through our thoughts. So our emotions allow us to see what our thoughts thinking. And when we have the thought, and we're not even aware of the thoughts, the emotion coming out, and our actions coming out through the emotions. And I guess what? If you have negative thoughts, you're not aware of it, you're gonna have the negative emotions. It's impossible if someone say I have good thoughts and I'm feeling sad. It's not possible. So
Yeah.
when you have a negative thought, unaware, unconsciously, you have this negative thought about whatever happened yesterday, whatever that happened 2 days, few days, years ago, and the emotions allow you to really connect to that consciousness, allow you to feel it, and you thought, oh my God, I'm feeling the emotion right now, I'm feeling it, even though it's in the past. So emotion is something that telling you, hey, something's going wrong. But hey, I'm seeing something in my thoughts. I'm actually could see my thoughts and telling you, hey, something is there. What is it you can do about it? What's next? What is next? So thought could be a two-sided blade of a knife. You can either use it in a very powerful way to create a reality, a positive one, or you can create a negative world where you don't want to, but you actually go into it by buying into those beliefs. So again, the emotions is as as a monitor of your thoughts.
Hmm.
It's allow you to realize and aware of what you're thinking.
Yeah. And I love that you put out there, come into the camera a little bit more. You're come
Oh.
there you are. There you are. You're like scooting away, scooting away. And I love that you said, hey, these emotions could be coming from thoughts that aren't true. right? You could be having thoughts in your head that aren't true, and that could be creating emotions that then causes you to behave a certain way. They were never they weren't true to begin with. Um, and I love Joe Dispenza's kind of delineation with thoughts. So if you are having emotions, then it is from a thought in the past, from the past.
Mm-hmm.
You are reliving something in the past, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you actually lived it. You could have imaginary lived it, and you're still pulling like oh, I can only imagine how anxious she would have been, and then suddenly it's causing anxiety in you, but you've never experienced what you were just talking about. So thoughts are super powerful, and that turn into emotions. And so becoming the watcher of your thoughts is one of, to me, one of the self-mastery things to do as a human being on this earth. And what does that mean? That means you are able to watch all of the things that go on in your head, but be detached from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or just the observer of it. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to enact it. You don't have to behave it. You don't have to do any of that. Just what's there, and getting really in tune with what actually is going on with your brain and just watching it, not from a behaving standpoint. Go ahead and talk about that a little bit more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thing that I always tell my clients is this: when you have those thoughts that make you feel the way you feel, ask yourself three questions. One, is it the truth? What I'm feeling? Is it real? Two, am I imagining it? Three, am I just wondering if it's there? So once you check all those thoughts you have, if it's real, what are you gonna do about it? Or just imagine that it's not real. Where does imagine coming from? I'm just wondering. I'm thinking. I'm wondering. I'm just la la land somewhere. I'm just having this and overthink about everything. Then, therefore, if you imagine it, if you're overthinking about, those still not real. If it's real, okay, then it was real. It was real. It's not here anymore. You're not living it now. You're just allowing yourself to feel it. So what's next? Once you have a feeling, then what's next? What are you gonna do with that feeling? Because your feeling, your emotion, your fear, anxiety, it just again, it's just a sensor is telling you, hey, Allison, what's next? Hey, Brandon, what's next? Hey, Stacy, what you can do about it? What's my next move?
Yeah.
So that's what really is.
Yeah. And if you can slow down enough to ask those three questions, your next decision is going to be much more powerful than if you hadn't slowed down enough to ask those three questions. Because if you didn't ask those questions, then you are running on what we like to call autopilot. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what does autopilot look like? To give like one of the best examples that I can, you guys, is whenever you drive from one place to the next and you don't remember getting there and you don't remember the drive, you're on autopilot.
Absolutely.
Are on autopilot. So we live most of our lives like that. Even Brandon and I, who have the training, who are coaches, who are in this realm of expertise, Brandon and I still get into autopilot and we still operate from that level occasionally, me more than I'd like to, but you know. Um, and so in order to not do that and not behave and react, Joe Dispenza again says like 99% of our day is the same day as yesterday. The same thoughts, the same feelings, the same behaviors, the same conversations, the same reactions as we did yesterday. We are living Groundhog Day over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get out of that? How do you escape the matrix? By being present in your body, in your brain, watching your thoughts and then dealing with them appropriately. So that means you've got to slow down enough to ask those questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's funny when you mentioned that I brought that up with my clients last night, and I asked her, have you ever been hypnotized before? It's like, no. Have you experienced before? No. Okay. I think you have. But what do you mean? Have you ever driven a car and reached your destination and not knowing how you get there? You've been hypnotizing yourself all this time, driving, not know where you're at. And the thing is that when your mind are so busy, you're not aware where you're at. You're not in the moments. And I ask the question is, where you want to be at? You, when you're driving a car, what is the mile per hour you want to be? You want to be at 10 mile per hour, 30 mile per hour, 60 mile per hour, 200 mile per hour? What does it really look like? If you can drive 10 mile per hour, I can see all the view and enjoying every scenery outside my door. And I have time to hit a brake if something jump right in front of me. I have time to react. If I'm driving 30 mile, I still have time to react, but faster than 10 mile per hour. Of course, every one of us probably would like to go 30 mile, which still allow you to have time to react. But if you move in a 60 mile, 100 mile, you have no time to react if something happened to you. So that's when our mind is running, overthinking. So what happens if the car running so fast? What signal they give to you? Overheats. That's the sensor. So you can overheat, you can burn out, you get stress, you get anxiety because you're going so fast. Just like States mentioned, we got to slow down. You got to slow down your mind. And then when you slow down your mind's like peace, it allows you to really see all the angles, beautiful things, appreciate things that in front of you. If something came along, you have time to react. So you're not going to respond with your emotion, but you can respond with your awareness in a moment. So that's the difference between my client walking out with 10 to 30 mile per hour rather than coming to me. When they come to me, they're like 60, 100 mile per hour. They're walking out like, wow, this feels good. And I did one of the hypnosis with one of my clients yesterday, and she came to me. Her feeling was so negative through investment and through her father, all those things going on. And I told her, slow down your mind. By the time she slowed her mind, after 15 minutes, she walked. I said, wow, I feel so good because why? Everything is sinking down. I want to give another example, just like your mind. I have something on my table. A, a snow globe, right? You see all those glitters and snow when they popping up and flying around. That's our mind when it's not settled. It's so easy. But if you allow to sink it down, then we can drive in 10 mile per hour, we see much more. You actually feel your thoughts. You actually know what's going on and allow you to say, I know what to do next
Yeah.
rather than react to it.
Yeah. And one example that I give is, those days where you're like, you're late. So you're trying to get out the door as fast as you can, and the kids won't put their shoes on, and then you lost your keys, and now you can't find your wallet, and you meant to take the garbage out. And what are you doing? You're going 200 miles an hour.
Yes, absolutely.
And guess what? It just makes you later because now you're having to find your keys and find your wallet and go back and get the garbage. And, but if you went at 10 miles an hour, yes, it feels slower, but you're not looking for your keys because you know where to put them. You're not looking for your wallet because you didn't misplace it. You remember the garbage. And so, really, by slowing down, you're saving more time and frustration.
Absolutely.
Also, a time waster. Wow.
Absolutely. All those things is all experience through life and journey, and you understand that. But most of even successful women out there, even men, human being. I'm talking about human being. We go through life is so busy. Our mind is so busy, and we just forgot about slowing down. And when things happen to our life, unfortunately happen in our life, we just can't handle it. Some of us would say, "Hey, I give up." When I lost my business in the market crash in 2009, lost in everything. That time, same time, 2009, my wife gave birth to my son, and I feel my mind was it's not there. It's just about to explode. You have investor coming to you, bank coming to you, losing your home, shutting out your business. All I'm thinking is, I want to get over with.
Yeah.
When I mean get over with, I mean don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I want to take my life away.
Yeah.
And because we're not able to slow down and say, what's next? All this happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. And because of that reasons that allow me to discover more through life, allow it to understand more, appreciate more. And it's funny that the appreciation feeling is so beautiful. I cannot describe in the moment where you actually understand the the insight of the gratefulness out of unfortunate thing that happened. And when you look back at the angle and you have this saying, my wife's still here with me. I have a son. I'm still alive. And I'm allow myself to continue. This is my second chance to continue. And at that time, it took me, oh my gosh, it's taken me about 3 to 4 years to really to heal. Not completely heal, but 2, 3, 4 years allow me to really do meditations, allow me to discover more things that why my mind's like this, why I'm like this, and understanding that things happen for a reason. And sometimes the reason is not showing up until you're there. But you said just have to take time, be patient, and also allow me to really figure out how to make a better decision on myself. So if by using what I understand, the little thing I know, and pass it on to people that it's not there yet, but they are in the moment, like I was. That's allow them to really, really change and transform their life. Just a little thing, 1 inch at a day.
That's the gorgeous part of what we do is we are able to help people where we were 5 or 10 years ago, and we're able to help them shortcut the pain that we went through. We save
Mm-hmm.
them that by helping them shortcut, by teaching them the tools that now we've learned over the last 10 plus years of our own healing journey. And now we get to turn around and help others do that. And it's just such an honor to be able to do that. Brandon, talk about your program. And if somebody wanted to work with you, where would they find you?
They can come. Oh, thank you so much for telling me that. They can come to my webpage, brandonlu.com, and they can either read more or I have, I have something for the audience that they can come that they can look into a free ebook that I have and be part of it. And I will send them information every other weeks that will help them. And if they still need more, I will have special for them, especially for those who are watching on your show. Um, Something that I can do a I will call an interview with them and help them, a few sessions here and there so they can actually understand what is coaching is all about and how can I, have this information, even one or two of the session. If that help them, that's awesome. And if they say, "Hey, Brandon, I want more. I want more of this," then awesome. And that they can book a call with me, and then we can talk with them and see how I can help them transform that in 3 to 6 months. And it's funny that a month ago I went to one of the funeral. It's his grandfather funeral. Is one of my client, old clients, like 6 years ago client, and I met him there. And he came to me and say, "Oh, Brandon, you saved me 10 years, 10 years of discovering. It could have taken me 10 to 15 years. Now with you, it's like just a 6 month. It's allowing me to move forward. And, it feel good. It feel good when someone's mentioned that to you. But again, it is not me that doing it. It is my client. They
Mhm.
already have the answer in them. It They just need someone like me, like you, like other coach out there to draw out the informations from them.
Yep.
So I am not a magical guy. Yeah, I use it. You can say yes, um, NLP on them, hypnosis, but again, those are just tools. It's only a tool, and the educations that I give it to my clients, something that they can take on to them, carry on to them, and use that everywhere they go. So I don't believe in terms of coaching my clients for one scenario, then they come back for another scenario and help that and come back. No, I want to make sure when they come to me, they have the tools with them. Whatever limiting belief they have, whatever negative emotion they have, whatever negative thought they have, they can pull out the tool and say, "Hey, here's what Brandon showed me. I'm gonna use this again."
Yeah.
So that's what the benefit that I want my client to take with them.
Amazing. So you guys, all of that will be in the description box below. You'll find the ebook link, you'll find his website link. I'm gonna link some social media as well. So, and his email. So if you want to have a discovery call with Brandon and see just kind of how he helps women entrepreneurs, remember who they are. You do have all of the answers inside you. You just have to remember that you have them there and trust. And so that's what Brandon does is help you remember and help you trust and build tools that will last you a lifetime.
Hmm.
So go below, grab his information, go book with him, and tell him that you saw him on my podcast. So that way he'll know to give you,
Amazing, amazing.
the special gifts and stuff. And if you've got questions for him below, go ahead and throw those in the comments, and I will have him look and answer them when we see them. And yeah, Brendan, anything else that you'd like the audience to know before we wrap it up?
I just want to let you know that live in a moment. Breathe in when things come in. Just breathe in and breathe out and feel that emotion you do and enjoying that. Negative emotion is not your enemy. Your fear is not your enemy. Um, again, anxiety, those are not your enemy. Those are your friends. You just have to build a relationship with them. And see what
Mhm.
is it you need to do. And in life, it's our journey. And you have to take time and live day by day. And I do have clients who want goal, achieve goal, and but the goal is an illusions. It's a future. It's not there yet. Said it, yes. Manifest it, yes. Think about it, yes. But all you need is take 1 inch at a time, one step at a time, to allow you to be more empty out your mind. And when your minds are peaceful, those achievements, those goals you want will come to you. You don't have to chase them anymore. They just come to you. Of what's next? You don't even have to figure out how to do it. The
How
universe will just give you the reason how. All you need is just what's next?
no, the
What's the
how's
next
not up
step?
to you.
Yeah,
The
how's it
how's
up to
not
you?
up to you. That's out of your hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop trying to
Hey,
make it happen. Um,
Yep. Stop
because
trying to figure out.
yeah,
Don't figure out. They come
nothing
to
to
you.
figure out. Yeah,
I live with that, and ever since my journey, I figure out, and I love it. It's like it just come to me. I don't have to chase it anymore. Yes,
yeah,
I think about it. Yes, I manifest it, but then it come to me next day.
yeah.
Eventually, somewhere, somehow, your interaction with someone else that will bring it to you. It's just how amazing that is.
And if you're going 200 miles an hour, you're going to miss that interaction. That's going to open that.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Brought that up. You do 200 mile. You're gonna miss it.
Yeah,
Take it slow.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I think that's a great place to end and to remind you guys today. Listen, just take it slow, take it inch by inch. You don't have to be 100% better today than you were yesterday, but you got to be 1%. That's it. And so take it slow, day by day, slow, breath by breath. All we have is literally this second right now, anyway. Do you want to spend it worried about something that may happen, or do you want to spend it regretting something that you did in the past, or do you want to spend it right here, right now with people that love you in peace? Choose peace every time. And that
Absolutely.
is one of the many ways that you rewire your brain every day. So thank you again, Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us today and joining me today. I appreciate you. And friends, again, it just takes a few short minutes a day to physically be present to rewire your brain. And I don't want you to forget that. And so, please give me a follow, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below for Brandon. Let me know what you want to see more of here. And I just thank you guys for spending your time with me, with both of us today.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you,
you.
Stacy.
And you're so welcome, Brandon. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next recording.